Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 video. You join us on the Rhein Osten route we haven't driven for such a long time. And we're going to be in the DBBR 422, which is sort of the predecessor to the DBBR 430 on the Frankfurt S-Bahn route. So let's get in. I've already popped the key in, I've opened the doors up, set the lights. Let's get the safety systems on. So we've got PZB and CIFA. I think that's all. You don't really get any time to set up on these ones, and we are, what are we with, the S8 I think, S8. I think we need to go to Mönchengladbach, let's have a look, S8. Depends if we've got the Hubstrecker Rhein Ruhr one, or the, I think we got the wrong one. Hang on, no we might, no, have we got the wrong one? Was it Magdeburg? That's Hagen. That's the one, yeah, that one there. I think we did Mönchengladbach. And then save and then come out of there. Let's get the door shut. Again, you don't really get any time to set up. Get the wipers on. I thought we'd do rain because realistically right now it's just chucking it down. So horrible weather out there. And let's get going. Nice and easy to drive. Hopefully the rain isn't too noisy as well. Hopefully audio will be okay. It's always a funny one doing it with rain. It's like, is it actually worth doing it in the rain? Would it be too noisy and you'd be able to hear the rain the whole time, which would obviously get a little bit annoying. There we go. Oh, passenger lights. Let's set them as well. There we go. Got a green over yellow. So this route's a relatively old, well, yeah, a relatively old one now in the game. This route released, I think, in October 2019. I remember playing it. I mean, this is one of the routes I got as soon as it came out. I remember playing it quite a lot because this train sort of reminded me of the Class 700 a little bit, which obviously now we have in the game anyway. Yeah, so I played this DLC quite a lot when it first came out. A lot. And it's not a bad one either. If you look on the route map, there's sort of two ways you can go. You've got the fast line, which is about 100 miles an hour the whole way. Then you've got the slow line. And in this middle bit, you can't go down. But, yeah. Sort of two different ways you can go. Which is always quite cool. That rain is quite noisy, isn't it? And we come up to the first station stop, which is literally just round this corner. On quite a steep gradient. It's quite a dodgy one if you're coming the other way trying to stop here. When you look at the gradient here, it just goes like straight up. Makes it easy if you're going uphill though. Sort of let gravity bring you to a stop. Well, with a little bit of breakage. And here we are, this is the first station stop. Steep gradient. Cool. And we're relatively on time. Ish. You got to wait ages at these ones. As it's an old route, the time is, you got ages. Do we even fit in? Oh, just. Yeah, just about fit in. So there goes the fast line off over there. But we're going this way. The door shut. We can release ourselves. Well, I was saying that we'll probably get PZB again in a second. Right, and apply power fairly quickly so we don't roll back. There we go. And let's go. Yeah, this train is, well, it's quite similar to the 430 if you've been on the Frankfurt route. But it is sort of the predecessor to the 430. Alright, so we got 45 on there. Oh, there you go, it's gone up now. I think this is for the junction coming up. You've got to slow right down for it. Very steep though up here as we sort of go to one side of the valley. And we're at the top of the gradient. It's about 40 minutes over to Wuppertal as well. That's where we go. Yeah, Wuppertal. Again, hopefully that rain isn't too noisy, because on some of these old trains it's just really loud, the rain. Hopefully you can hear everything else alright. Right, green over yellow, which I think usually is about 40 kilometers an hour. This will be for these points here. As we should be going over to the right. As before I knew PZB, I used to go over these points at I think about 80 or so. As that's what it allowed you to do, which is a little bit unsafe, a bit unsettling. Lovely. And you also get this train, the 422, on Hauptstrecke Rhein Ruhr. That was sort of its second route it appeared on. As on there you get the 422 and the 425. It's, yeah, double whammy on there. Right, I've got to be careful as it is raining, so the tracks will be a bit slippery. You get that annoying thing on this route, look, as it's one of the old routes, where you can sort of see the, I think it still happens on new routes, where you can sort of see the shine of the sleepers sort of loading in ahead of you. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, it would do. Apparently we're on time still, according to that. 11:08. Oh, 11:09. Not quite. It just hasn't flashed up yet. Where does it say it's going actually? Does it say Magdeburg? Oh no, Mönchengladbach. Good. It's going to tell us to unlock the doors, isn't it? Come on, quickly, quickly, quickly. Yes. Right. Hagen and Westerballer next. Yeah, that's not a bad shot. And we're off. Cool. Hopefully we haven't missed any speed boards. I think it said it was 80 here. Super. We got 100. Well, it was only 2 kilometers to the next stop, so it's not really that far. Let's get a little bit of speed on our side. Super. There you go. Cool, we're at 95. That will do. I think it's just round this corner, the next stop. My memory of this route is not that bad. I mean, the station names, I don't know. But sort of memory of where the stations are, I'd say, is fairly alright still. From all those late nights playing this route in 2019. You got the warning board on the platform there. Now saying we're late. Great. And here we are. Cool. Yeah, one of the better old German DLCs, this one, and the DLC for it is the Wuppertal G6, which was TSG's, Trentum Germany's, their first DLC for the game, which is quite a nice little shunter. So you get that for this. And up next is Gevelsberg. Nah, that's probably not how you pronounce it either. Right, let's go. So we go along this sort of our own separate bit for now, and then somewhere along here we join up with the main line, and it's like a quad track main line into Wuppertal, which is quite cool. Busy as well usually. Let's try and get a nice photo as well. Not going to be anything special. Just something. Actually, let's turn up the brightness because these old DLCs are dark. Whereas on the new DLCs they're all a bit brighter. So let's turn up the brightness a little bit. There you go. So we had a 90 coming up. But it was only 1.5 kilometres to the next stop. So probably speed right up and then have to slow right down straight away. At 90, which is about, what, 60 miles an hour? Well, these trains are rockets. Safer. Shouldn't be too far to the next stop. I think I can picture it in my head what it looks like. Yeah, this is the one. Nice scenery through here. Maybe more so when it's sunny, but yeah, it's still nice. 100 kilometers an hour as well we can get up to. Or we'll be able to get up to. We are Gevelsberg Nap. And here we are. I think there's a train every half hour along here as well. So we should see one or so on this bit. Is that a collectible? Is that a let's have a look. Is that a collectible? Sort of seems like something which would be a collectible. Oh no, it's not. Let's hop back in. We're still about a minute late. Says it gives you hardly any time to set up. Hang on, I'll pop out now. There you go. Get the door shut, and it is Gevelsberg Hauptbahnhof next. Or Gevelsberg. Here it goes. Let's watch it departing. Not a bad looking unit though, is it, this one? I think the 430 does look a bit better, but then again it's like the improved 422. There it goes. Sleeper. Lovely. And where's the next stop? Can't be too far. Should see it fairly soon. Yeah, I think it's only a couple more stops after this. I think it's like Gevelsberg West. And then we then sort of turn right the way around, go through a big tunnel, and then we then sort of swing around and join up with the main line. can't remember what the station's called while we join up. Schwelpool. We'll have a look in a second at the timetable. Bit of Seafair. There it is. I love the way all the trees sort of just go grey in the rain. Look at them. Yeah, on these old routes where all the colours are off and funny. And here we are. This is Gevelsberg. And we're still about a minute late. Great. Nice. As we sit and wait. It's wait so long. Let's have a look. Yeah, Schwelm, that's the one. That's where we join up with the main line. So only a couple more stops. And we sort of join back up. Right, and let's get going. And this route was voted for by the members. So thanks to members. Popped it in the Discord. I'll probably do one on YouTube posts as well at some point. The sort of routes we don't often do. I'll pop another poll at some point. But yeah. So if you're enjoying this video and if you're liking the look of Rhein Osten, you can thank the members for picking it basically. And if you're not in the Discord server, link is below, and if you're a member and you link your account on there, it sort of takes you into our members chat in there. Bit easier to chat through there than on YouTube. Although the poll was a tie between main S-Bahn and Rhein Osten. So we'll do some MSB at some point. Another route we haven't done in a long time. Cool, here we are. And this was one of those routes which the preservation crew, well, they don't no longer exist. But this route originally, when it came out, didn't have CIS and stuff like that. It had PIS on the train, but not the information screens on the platform. That all got added in by the preservation crew, probably what, 2021 or so, something around that time. And we still do get updates to old routes. I mean, Great Western, West Somerset. But there was sort of a dedicated team back then to do it. Right, Gevelsberg West. Gevelsberg West. However you want to say it. Up to 80. Cool. Seafair. Quite a cool little bit of track there, sort of going under there. And then to Gevelsberg, or Gevelsberg West. Very skinny island platform. And I think this is where you usually meet the other train. On quite a lot of these services I've done on here, this is sort of there. This is the place where you make contact with the other train going in the eastbound direction. But maybe not. Maybe not this time. Yeah, just about fit in there. Look at that. Here we are. This is Gevelsberg or Gevelsberg West. And we're about 2 minutes late. Brilliant. S-Bahn Rhein. Where is the other unit? It's not stuck somewhere, is it? Or have we just already gone past and just haven't? No, we have. No, nothing's gone past. Hopefully there's not like a red light issue somewhere and all the trains are stuck. Hopefully not. I thought it was here, or maybe some of them you pass here. But yeah. Right, so now we sort of take a left-hand curve, go through a big tunnel, then we're in a cutting, then we join up at Schwelm. So let's get that sped up. Up to 80. And yeah, quite cool, so we join up with the quad track main line, so you've got loads of trains. Really busy, or usually busy when you join up on the main line. With the regional expresses, the freight stuff. And it's quite an active route, especially if you have, I'm trying to think of the layers for this route. Because they're all probably old, I think main S-Bahn probably gives you the regional express services, and probably also the freight services as well, probably also come from main S-Bahn. That was one of the big sort of layer routes, main S-Bahn. Into the tunnel, got green over yellow, which I think is for coming across the points. So I think we have to come across to the left, because if you go straight on, it takes you up onto the main line, but on the wrong side. There's no yeah, basically the non-station side. There's the green over yellow. Pop that down. Bit of Seafer. Down to 40 or so. And it should be for coming across the points. As we do just here. Oh, I think we do just here. So if you go straight on, it takes you up onto the wrong side of the main line, as it's only single track going through the tunnel. And as soon as we think the rear of the train's clear of the points, we'll go back up to 80. Still, it's cool having on the new Frankfurt route where you can do 12 coach S-Bahn trains. Like, because literally all of the other sort of S-Bahn routes we've had so far, it's always 8 coaches for the sort of multiple units. Well, and if it's the Talent 2, 6 or so. So having the Frankfurt route, you can do 12 coach S-Bahn trains. It's like, whoa, that's cool. And down the steep gradient into the little tunnel, which then takes us out onto the other side of the, well, the next tunnel takes us out onto the other side of the main line. I think if you're doing like a freight service, you'd probably go up there because that joins up to the main line up there. Although I don't think any freight actually does come along here, so you wouldn't be doing any freight along here. It's only really just S-Bahn stuff. I don't know if there's actually any trains which use that curve bit of track. I doubt there's any empty moves. This is Schwelm, and this is where we join up with the main line. Once again. So hopefully we'll see a few more trains wherever all the other trains are. We haven't actually seen we have not seen another train yet. It's like dead. I've got everything installed. So yeah, the main line that goes up there, up to Wuppertal, a really steep gradient just outside of this station. It just goes like straight up, which I think we did in the DBBR 218. That was our last video on this route, and we struggled up that gradient there. That's the only intermediate station between here and Hagen. Anyway, where are the other trains? It's round west next. Okay, there a funny noise. I thought it was my PC wires hitting my fan, as they've done a couple of times, but no, all good. Nothing's got the road either on the main line at the moment. Nothing's got any signals. See fair. Well, you can see the CIS boards at Rhein West already. And then you got like Wuppertal Langerfeld after this. And then yeah, sort of the start of the Wuppertal station, and then Wuppertal Oberbarmen, Wuppertal Barmen, there's like Unterbarmen, then Hauptbahnhof. There's a couple more out. It's all coming back to me now. Knowledge of the route. What's that about to pass us? No. I can see like the headlight flare or glare or something on the CIS boards. I thought it might be another train behind us. That sometimes happens. I feel a bit awkward now. I was sort of saying this bit was busy, but still haven't seen any other train. Well, we haven't seen any trains. Where are they? Well, something's got the road that way. Where are the other trains? There literally is. Okay, there's a couple of things down there. It's like an apocalypse. Where is everything else? We've just somehow caught it at like a quiet time, like the quietest time I've ever seen this route at. I think even at Hagen there wasn't really anything knocking about. Right up until Langerfeld next. But it's been a nice drive though, so thanks all for coming in. Nice to get back to the S-Bahn stuff on this route, and also nice to get back to the 422. So we don't drive that often. Probably more so we probably drive it more so on Hauptstrecke Rhein Ruhr. We haven't done that route in a while either. This is the one from Bochum to Gevelsberg. Get a bit of speed on this bit. Got a big freight yard here, which we got a freight train in there, a few containers, big container terminal. That's where you'll find the Vozela G6 as well. quite often in there. And coming up to Wuppertal Langerfeld. Again, this is quite an old route in the game, so it does. Well, it's had a couple of updates over its life, but it shows its age a bit. You know, when you compare it to Frankfurt S-Bahn or Kinzigtalbahn, sort of latest German stuff. You can tell this is an old one. Which, yeah, weird to think this route will be 6 years old in October. I mean, that's just weird. How has time gone that quick? And here we go, Wuppertal Langerfeld. Actually, I remember getting this. Did I get it at midnight release? I don't think I got it at midnight when it came out. I could probably go back on my playlist actually. I'll probably have like first look videos of it from when we sort of dipped in and out of doing YouTube, but didn't really do it that seriously. Wuppertal Barman, yeah. And you've got the Wuppertal Dangly Barn as well, which we should see fairly soon. Yeah, I'm going to go back on my YouTube videos and see Rhein Osten on there, see when it first appeared. Our last video on this was June 2024, so we haven't been on it in ages, and before that it was like 2 years before that. There's another train. We found another train. Wow. And it's already restricting us to 45 already. This is a bit early. Yeah, we did loads of this route in 2020 and 2021. Absolutely loads of it. Oh yeah, do you? Yeah, you get the MRC 185 on here. That's the other train you get. Yeah, you get the 422 and yeah, the MRCE, which is like the black and white 185. I got a 50 actually, but still that's. Hang on, let's get past this first. Up to 50. Very steep gradient here. See fair. Yeah. First time we did this route was October the 11th, 2019. That video's currently got 54 views. So yeah, that was probably when it first come out. So quite some time ago. There's the Vosler G6. That was yeah, Train Sim Germany's first DLC for the game. Which we do need to get back onto some of the other bits and pieces like Mittenwald Bahn, Niedertalbahn, all fantastic routes. There's just so many good routes now. It's like I don't have time for all of them. Especially as Mittenwald is quite a long journey on there. Because we're going to get to a point at some point, I mean we actually probably already are at that point, where some TSW routes are older than people playing them. But then we probably actually already are at that point. I mean the first route, Sandpatch grade, was 2016. So we probably actually already are at that point. Oh, that's weird actually to think that. Oh, wow. Right, Wuppertal Barman next. Right, and let's get going. There's the Wuppertal Dangly Barn. Sort of the upside down monorail thing, my bobby. pretty cool though. Sort of goes over the top of the river. And it looks as if this route is set in 2017 as well. That's saying, yeah, it's the 27th of July 2017, or at least I assume that's what it's showing. Feels a bit quick through here, but it was 100 kilometers an hour, I believe. Still, we've seen 2 trains so far. 2 trains. Still not great, is it? Usually you do get a couple passing on the fast line, a freight train maybe as well. We've got quite unlucky with the amount of trains we've seen so far. And we do have every single layer on here. I do remember it being a bit busier. That must have just had quite a slightly quieter time. Cool. C30, there we go. And yeah, that would do. And we're now about 3 minutes late. I don't know sort of how we're losing all this time. All I'm saying is this one of those auto-generated timetables. I think it is. Like, you've got the weird times, 11:40, 44, 11:43, 05. I think it's one of those auto-generated ones where it sort of expects you to go full throttle, full brake, like the AI does. And are not adhere to any of the PZB speed limits. A bit like East Coast Way on the 313 timetable. You just can't stick to the timetable. Oh, we're talking about East Coast. Well, I'm gonna do that after this, I reckon. But on the PC, because we got the mod timetable on there. Trouble is with the videos I record on PC, they take hours to upload. Like, the file sizes are huge. Which I'm sure, if you do know why, do comment below. But yeah, I'll like do a 20-minute long video on ETS2, and it comes out at like 10 gigabytes. So it takes about 3-4 hours to upload. Because my internet's not like really good, sort of mediocre. But if I do a video on the console, it probably comes out about 3 gigabytes and takes, well, 50 minutes to upload. My PC video files just seem to be huge. But I think there is, I think because I've got it set to like large file size for it. But then if I change that, the video won't look that it won't look crisp. Like the quality wise. As we still record in HD, I can't go to 4K yet because the internet just isn't good enough. But maybe we'll go to 4K towards the end of this year. Hopefully get some new Wi-Fi, get a 4K monitor, and then we'll do, was it 1440? I'm still one of those people though, when I see HD it's like, whoa. HD is still good enough for me. It's better than SCART. That's what it was before HD, SCART. I remember using SCART for my Xbox 360, I think my Wii was SCART. Which was like a big chunky cable, SCART. And then HD came along and it was like, whoa. There's like 2K, there's 4K, is it like 8K, isn't there as well? I think YouTube, it's only really, there's not really any point doing it. It's just 4K and HD. That's sort of the mainstream ones. And still not many people have 4K. Right, off we go. Well, myself included. But yeah, the trouble is, if we did record in 4K at the moment, but by internet, it would take hours to upload videos. We wouldn't be able to stream in 4K because the internet would break. So yeah, hopefully sort of by the end of this year, I was hoping to move out at some point, get new internet, fast internet, and then we can do 4K, get a 4K monitor set up, and then we do all of that good stuff. A warning for a 50. And it has been quite some time as well since the last train trip and bus trip videos. Yeah, that was quite a while ago since the last, especially the train trip videos, which are our real life sort of trips go out on. I haven't done many of them really because my phone's pants. Yeah, my phone is not good for recording. And I'm not really someone who's interested in getting a camera and all that fancy stuff, or getting a new phone. I just stick to the basics. So we might do another bus trip or train trip. I mean, hopefully a bus trip video at some point. But yeah, my phone's just not that, the camera's not that great. It's not really worth sort of getting a camera just for doing a video once every month or so. Especially as the bus trip and the train trip videos weren't really ever that popular anyway. This is Wuppertal Hauptbahnhof, and after this is Wuppertal Steinbeck, which is the final one, final stop. Almost like a little extra where you can go to, literally just round the corner. Yeah, not a bad run though. Not bad at all. I wonder when the last time we actually had the 422 on here was. It probably was about 2 years or so ago. Well, the last video we did was September the 10th, 2022, but I'd imagine we probably streamed it before that. Oh, that was Halloween 2022, so, yeah, no, not, you know, for a while. We've done the 422 on here, on video or stream. Spam the acknowledge button. No point really accelerating here, so it's literally just here, the station, and we got the single yellow as well. Is that the one to Wuppertal Oberbarmen? Oh no, that's to Wuppertal Hauptbahnhof. Actually just to there. And this is our final stop coming up as we've driven through Wuppertal. Lovely little city. I think Dadrel, he's got a couple of videos on his channel. Go check out Dadrel. He went to Wuppertal in real life and went on the Bahn. I've never been to Germany, just to Spain, which is quite cool to say, as that was recently. And before that, I'd never been to another country. So yeah, I've only been to Spain. Well, Germany would be cool, but I don't know. And here we are. Cool, and here we are. This is Wuppertal Steinbeck, I think. Well, that is going to be everybody for today's Train Sim World 5 video. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. If you have, do thank the members because they voted for it. Links can be found all the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store, as well as to our affiliate link for the lovely UK departure boards. There's also a 5% off coupon. Go through the link, apply the coupon, it's 5% off all products, which is quite a substantial amount for these boards. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.